Jim, if somebody is thinking about buying a whole aircraft, first let's talk about who is the right candidate for that.
So typically, a customer that needs to own the entire airplane is someone that's probably flying certainly more than 150 hours a year. The person that's flying 25 hours a year is probably a club member, a card member, purchaser. Someone in the 50 to 100, maybe even 150 is a fractional member. And then when you get to 150 and up, you really need to own the whole airplane. You're going to be in a better place. And then you sort of thinking about, how do I operate that airplane if I'm going to own it? And what you're getting into is, do we manage the airplane? Do I manage it myself? Do I let someone else manage the airplane? How do I approach that the best way?
Okay, so do you recommend absolutely always get a management company?
I think, and if you're going to be a one airplane operation and not a fleet of airplanes where you hire managers internally, 100% you should be looking at a manager. If anything else, if nothing else, just because of the economy of scale you get from the buying power a manager would have over insurance or fuel or hotel cost, the ability to vet pilots and interview those guys and find people that are qualified at the level you want them to be qualified for, especially if you're a new buyer and it's the first airplane you're purchasing. You've got to manage the maintenance part of the business. You've got to make sure the inspections are completed, the overhauls, if you want interior done. A good management company can pay for themselves without any trouble and make it a much more economical and not to mention enjoyable experience with someone that knows what they're doing.
Right. So if you're choosing a management company, what is the best way to go about vetting those?
You want to start with the one that's got a lot of airplanes because as you think about it, the more they have and the more volume of fuel purchasing they're buying, the better rates they're getting from the FBO operators, the better insurance rates they're getting. In all likelihood, they have more advanced safety programs and better interviewing of the pilots to bring them on board. So you want to get a pretty decent size operator if you want to get the benefit of all the buying power that they would have, which is what makes having a manager pay for itself. Because if I can buy fuel at 50 cents a gallon cheaper than you can because I've got 100 airplanes, it's easy to justify the management fee that comes along with it when my insurance is cheaper, my fuel is cheaper, my maintenance ability to buy in volume is cheaper. So it makes a lot of sense to use a manager.
Okay, and are there safety considerations also with using the management?
You don't have to have, if you have an airplane, as we have talked about before, you could operate that airplane Part 91. You don't have to have it on an independent auditing company in there. Most management companies are going to be Aviation Research Group, Argus certified at some level, or Wyvern Wingman certified. The airplane doesn't have to be on 135 and be chartered to have a management company in it. A lot of companies will put it on the charter certificate, even if they don't charter the airplane, just from transferring that liability around. But having a manager is a pretty critical part of the process, especially for someone that's new and hasn't done it before. There are a lot of intricacies about the airplane to be able to manage it.
Okay, and then sometimes there's this fallacy about like you can charter it out so much that the airplane pays for itself, and I think everyone knows that's not necessarily true. But I have heard other unique perspectives, like that keeps the pilots flying, it keeps the aircraft running. So maybe you could talk about why you would charter out the plane.
It depends on how much you're using it yourself. If you're buying an airplane just because you want one and it's not necessarily economical because you only fly 50 hours a year, for instance, you're not utilizing those pilots very often and they're not staying current. And so I would want them to fly a couple of 100 hours a year just so they're current. They're qualified, ready to fly. They've flown in weather. They're up to speed. So that might be a reason to do it. That you can, as you said, starting out, that you can buy or put an airplane on a charter certificate and make it pay for itself. I think your depreciation probably is offsetting that pretty rapidly. And so there's a benefit to keeping those guys qualified and current. And I think that's probably one of the biggest parts of it. You can offset some cost. I don't think you're going to make money doing it, but you can offset some costs and make it work better.
Okay. All right, great.